I'm with John Finch. He's the VP of Global Product Marketing. So John, tell me about how your AI agents work together in solving customer service problems with a human in the loop.
Absolutely, Blair. So we think about customer service as really working with the human, right? And so being able to enable agents or provide agents that enable the human to perform better and to provide the ultimate outcomes of customer service, we sort of look at these agents at every stage of an interaction, so before, during, and after. And so at the before stage, we also call that the automation stage. That's where AIR comes into play, answering calls, ensuring that you have availability 24/7, and taking the burden off the initial inquiry or set of inquiries that may be more simple to be resolved digitally by a digital worker, and offloading that burden onto the physical human agent. Now, where that automation can't suffice that human inquiry, it's then going to pass all that information over with the context to the human agent to then take over. Now, if you look at the next phase, which is during the call or during the interaction, the human is now interacting, has gotten all this information, and now has our product called Ava that's assisting the human in that interaction. So the same level of knowledge that is existing in AIR is now taken to the next level, and that information is provided in real time as the human and the customer are speaking to provide the best possible outcome. Then after the conversation, the same thing is happening. The call wraps up, then there's coaching, and there's data and information that's taken by our agent called ACE, and that analyzation or that analyze phase then takes over, where it's coaching that human that just interacted with that customer to provide better outcomes in the future. And it's also given insights and other pieces of information for operational restructure or use to be able to improve business operations and ultimately improve customer satisfaction holistically across the entire contact center. So if you look at AIR, Ava, and ACE as automate, assist, and analyze, it's the full life cycle of every single customer interaction, and that is the foundation of our agentic voice AI platform here at RingCentral.
So you don't have to use all of them, but it makes more sense and it provides more value.
It does. And so each of those piece parts, we have lots of customers that are just using AIR, for example, to answer calls at the front end. It's an intelligent front door that's providing that triage, that initial interaction with a customer, so that every customer doesn't have to miss that call, that missed opportunity. And organizations of all sizes see this as something that is above and beyond what an IVR can do, and so it actually provides that capability holistically. Same thing with Ava, being able to work as an agent assist component independently, and for its own use inside the contact center. That's something that can be deployed and purchased by customers as an independent element. And then ACE, of course, same thing, right? So ACE works with any of our products and provides the transcription and all the information that kind of comes together in the analyzation that happens during that process.
Okay, and you mentioned agentic. So how does agentic fit into this?
So agentic, it all sits on the agentic platform. So as it acts independently, it is taking all this information and acting independently to conduct the transaction without the human where it makes sense, and provide the information for a repeat sort of cycle. We call it sort of the power of and, being able to take this information in, gather what the human's saying, use that in what's happening inside of AIR as an independent, autonomous agent that's working to solve those customer problems with that data that comes out of ACE. And every time a human interacts with those agents, and every time that AIR interacts with those customers, that continual loop and that cycle of improvement continues to happen as well.
And you mentioned the agentic platform. So this is something that's about a year old, I believe. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So the agentic platform is, the agentic platform is something that we came out with and introduced AIR, Ava, and ACE in November of 2025. So we've had these independent products that we've announced throughout. So AIR is about a year old now. We've got over 8,000 customers using it, very high success rate. We have thousands of customers using ACE, and Ava at this time as well. Those independent capabilities have been out into the market. Now this new sort of way of looking at things and putting it onto one single platform is that structure that we're moving forward with.
But customers don't have to do anything to get this new platform. It's just there for them.
That's correct.
Okay. I know you can't talk about roadmap too much, but what can we look for in the near future?
More enhancements to what we're talking about today, sort of taking what we have today and putting that on steroids and allowing for more feature functionality and more customization of these particular agents.
Okay, well, thank you, John.
Thank you.